chasing the sun. All those days trying to find a place where you only can just be alone, be alone. All those nights lying by your side, like it's a vibe, feeling it shine under your spotlight.
Happy weekend. Sam's rocking out. We are on our way to Michigan. Like we said in our last video, always try to plan a weekend getaway or a trip during a 2-week wait. Today is Friday. We are on 8 days past the IUI. So we've got a few more days in our 2-week wait, but it's almost over. By Tuesday or Wednesday, we will know yes or no.
I think it's Tuesday or Thursday.
Tuesday to Thursday,
Yeah.
depending on 12 to 14 days. We've gotten conflicting advice by the nurses. One nurse at the office said 2 weeks after the trigger, and one nurse said 2 weeks after the IUI. So we are
before, and it was always after the IUI. But when we found out we were pregnant, we tested about 2 weeks after the trigger, I think.
I think it was
really
right in
faint
between.
positive.
Yeah, 2 weeks after the trigger was super faint.
Yeah.
And then the day after that, right? We tested 11 days after, and it was super faint. We thought maybe it was like an evap line.
And then 2 days later.
And then 2 days later, which would have been 13 days after, was Thanksgiving morning when we got our positive. Our like super positive.
And then we took like 3 more in the next 2 days.
Yeah, just because we're crazy and wanted to make sure. So, yeah, we are on our way to Michigan. We are going to be visiting Sam's family and some friends and celebrating St. Patrick's Day with some corned beef and cabbage. What else? Just chilling.
Yeah, I think my mom wants to do like some games. My family loves playing games, so we brought in a game, and my mom's got a bunch, so I'm sure we'll be doing some of that.
Yeah. So, welcome to our weekend. I'm sure we will vlog here and there, but not too much. We're gonna try to enjoy ourselves, enjoy family and friends, but maybe show you what a weekend in Michigan is like for us. We've got,
I don't think this is going to be the most exciting one, though.
yeah, probably won't be that exciting.
I mean, we're excited for it. We love going to see my family and visit with my grandpa. He just turned 88 like last week, so we have to celebrate his birthday.
We should definitely introduce the vlog to Grandpa.
See how he's feeling.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
He's recovering from hip surgery, so.
I was just gonna say the same thing, but he is a strong young man.
He's an awesome guy.
Young 88-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yep, so welcome to our weekend. Oh, Sam, you got blurry for a second.
Still blurry.
But yeah, happy weekend.
Wow.
Say
hi.
Hi. Yeah, it's really good for recording. You look great.
Are we recording?
It is, but hey, Poppy. You're such a good girl. Hi. You need a haircut. I had to show how cute Poppy is.
Poppy! You want an orange?
No.
What are you doing?
Silly.
Our stuff from Costco.
Costco haul.
Yeah. Oranges and wine and vitamins.
Wait, show us the wine. So cool. I think our friend will really like that.
Can you divide up that, Chris?
Yeah.
Hello. Happy Sunday.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. More importantly, we are on our way back home from visiting my family. I hate daylight savings, but it's 7:30 and it's this light out, so it's awesome.
Yep. Because it's technically 6:30 in Chicago for us, right?
I think so.
This is still Michigan time.
My car changes automatically, as do our watches and our phones, so we don't have anything to compare it to what time it should be. So we always get a little confused. So we're like an hour from home, so that's about when it should change. So it's probably 6:30.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we should be home around 7:30. So
Yeah.
so we're just on our way back. We've did really not pick up the camera too much this weekend. We were just enjoying time with family and friends. So yeah, it was just nice to relax and see people that we don't see very often. We got to see one of our friends who lives in Texas, who came up with her son that we haven't seen in a year. So that was really nice.
Yeah.
Last night we went to my aunt's house for a little St. Patrick's Day celebration. We made cabbage and
Corned beef and Brussels sprouts.
yeah, it wasn't cabbage.
Mini cabbages.
Mini cabbages. We did Brussels sprouts because everyone loves them so much in our family. So we did Brussels sprouts and corned beef, and we made the Costco shamrock-shaped ravioli, which was really good. Yes. So that was fun. And then afterward, we played What Do You Mean? With my mom, my aunt, my uncle, a couple of cousins. The two of us. Is
Yep. I don't think so.
It was so much fun.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
My aunts and uncles and my mom are all really laid back people who have no problem playing games like Cards Against Humanity or the what was that box called? The adult content?
Yeah, the mature content.
Mature content?
Yeah, so we opened up What Do You Mean? I got it for Christmas this past year, and we hadn't really played it much. We tried once, and there were little kids around, so we didn't really play, and then we put it away. And so then last night we decided to break it open because it was all adults, and we started playing, and then I found the little card stack that was mature content that you can add to your deck of cards, and I didn't realize that it wasn't already part of the card, so we opened it up, and Sam's uncle is hilarious, and he just laughs at everything immature and
He's a super professional, successful guy who is in mostly sales, so he knows how to really present himself polished. So that's what you think he is, and then you go play these card games with him.
He
and he
giggles at the word like boobs. Like, it's awesome. I love playing games with him because he's such like a laid back, professional kind of guy, and then once you play a game like this, he just giggles, and it's so fun.
It was hysterical. And
we
my mom
opened those cards out, opened them up, mixed them in with the cards. Everybody just ended up grabbing handfuls of cards to use because we didn't want to like.
We definitely did not follow the rules.
Not at all. We were just like searching for the funniest stuff because we always wanted to laugh.
My mom kept giving the most inappropriate cards to Gemini, just so we had to read them.
She made me. I'm like, I'm reading these cards and they're like disgustingly inappropriate, which is amazing. And I start reading it and laughing and crying because I'm laughing so hard, and I'm like, who gave me this card? And they're making me say these very inappropriate things in front of my mother-in-law, Sam's aunt, uncle, like people in their 60s. I have to read these things out loud, and then afterward my mother-in-law's like, I gave it to you, and I'm like, thanks a lot for making me read disgusting things in front of you. But that was
But it was really fun.
So fun.
Yeah,
we had a great time.
We had a lot of fun. So that was really nice. Got to see some old friends, and today we went and spent time with my grandpa, who is 88, and his 91-year-old brother, which is just really fun to see them. My grandpa is recovering from surgery, so he is kind of not his usual self, you know, not as energetic, and he was just telling us how frustrated he is because he's not better yet, and he had hip surgery. And I'm like, Grandpa, you have to just take it easy. And he says, I don't want to take it easy. I just want to go and do, and I don't want to be patient. And
he tells us, I'm a machine. I'm supposed to just get up and go. And we're like, no, you're 88 and you're recovering from a broken hip. And he just had double knee surgery last year.
Knee replacements.
Knee replacements, yeah.
Moving around like crazy and loving it. And he's like the Energizer Bunny. He always has energy. He's always going. He could stay up partying, and by partying I mean playing cards, until 1 a.m.
He outlasts me.
Yeah, he stays up longer than we do.
Yeah.
And so he's hating this. He hates not being able to be out and independent. So we were seeing him, and he's like, I have to be nicer to myself, but I feel bad for him.
Yeah. We should have put him on the vlog today. He's a hoot. I love him. He's great.
Yeah, pretty good grandpa.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll vlog him, because he would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are at I don't even know how many days in our 2-week wait.
10. I think you're 10 days past IUI.
10 days. And this morning I thought that my cycle had started, and
Oh wait. Rewind a little. Last night, you mentioned to me that there was a little bit of spotting, not to give too much detail.
well, a little TMI.
But I got like a little bit excited, not gonna lie. It's 9 days past IUI last night, and she tells me, I think there's a little bit of spotting. And I'm like, implantation.
And then
now today.
And then this morning I woke up and I was like, nope, I think it was my cycle starting, and okay, no big deal. We've got a vacation booked for Jill's spring break next month, so it's a cruise, and it's going to areas that had Zika, so we're not so sure we would go if we're pregnant, because the cruise lines have been giving people credit to go later. So we were like, well, good news is we get to go on our cruise and not worry about it. I sent a message to the doctor, but now I'm not sure if it was my cycle or not, so I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings, what the future brings, because right now I'm not sure.
Yeah, so this is us definitely not doing what we suggested to all of you in our last video, the do's and don'ts of a 2-week wait. We'll link that here, and probably at the end of the video too. If you did not see it, go and watch it, because we give great advice, but
We don't always follow it.
we don't always follow it. So we definitely did 2 of our don'ts today while we were driving home. So Sam tells me, I think my cycle started, and I was a little disappointed, but I was like, okay, well, cruise, you know, since you're not pregnant, that means we still get to look forward to this cruise that we have planned. So either way, we're gonna be excited and happy. Disappointed no baby, but excited about a cruise. And then when we were talking right before we left to go home, she was like, well, I don't know now, because it hasn't continued. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it was implantation bleeding. I don't know.
But it, I don't know. It doesn't seem like any, like, it seems different than what they say it is.
Yeah, definitely
so
different.
I think it was my cycle, but it's just very early.
But then I'm a bad influence, and I ask you, well, while I'm driving, do you think you might want to, like, Google some symptoms and read them to me? So I got Sam to go against our great advice and still search for some symptoms, because I'm just curious. Sam is on baby aspirin this cycle. We asked the doctor about it, and she said that she doesn't really know that it's necessarily more helpful, but it wouldn't hurt, so go ahead. So we were wondering if maybe that could cause some differences in the cycle. So it's kind of odd that it's only 10 days since the IUI and there's any bleeding. So
it's really early. I don't have the longest luteal phase. That's what this part is, right?
Phase, yeah.
But it's always at least 12 days. So that seems really strange.
Just different.
But
different.
again, we converted this IUI from IVF, so I don't really know what to expect. That's our first time having that, and I'm not really sure how that would change how your body reacts. So I guess we'll see. I sent a message to the doctor. Well, they replied to us. We sent a message last week saying, if this IUI doesn't work, we want to know what next steps should be. We don't really want to waste a lot of cycles for a lot of reasons, which our doctor understands. We've talked about with her. So her nurse replied to us and said that our doctor wants to try IVF one more time for me, and try it with, I think, a little bit less of the injectable stimulants, but also include Clomid this time. So
because you actually did respond decently to
I responded better to that. So
during your IUI a few times ago.
Yeah. So she said, if you want to meet with her, I'll set up a time. And then I said, yeah, that's fine. Or if she just wants to send us instructions via email, we're okay with that too. We trust her enough to give it another whirl and see what she says. So we're waiting for more from them to see about that, but we're also waiting to see what's going on with my body. So who knows? I mean, they tell you to wait the 2 weeks after the IUI, and then if you don't get your period, to test and call them and let them know either way, or email them and let them know either way. So we're not even to that point yet, because it was Thursday. So I still have, it's Sunday now, so we still have 4 more days.
2 to 4 more days that it would even be possible to test or expect a new cycle to start. So it's just really odd. I'm so
It's a head scratcher. We are just kind of like, okay. So I think we realize that right now we just have to wait and see, which is a year in. We're used to waiting and seeing, but it's still annoying.
Yeah, who else feels like TTC after a few months is just hurry up and wait, and
it's an exercise in patience.
Yeah, it's so much patience.
We've learned a lot of patience. Actually, that was what my grandpa was talking about with us earlier, was how he needs to learn patience.
88 years old.
And a little bit of grace with himself, because I said, you just need to be a little easier on yourself. You need to be a little, just learn some patience with yourself. The doctors told him it's going to take him 3 to 6 months to get back to normal, and he's like 6 weeks out, and he's frustrated that he's not back to normal. And he's like, patience is hard. That is something that I'm still not good at. And we were like,
we're both sitting there like,
completely.
We understand patience. Of course, he doesn't know what's going on with us in that capacity. So we're just sitting there like, yep, you're right. Patience is very difficult to work with.
I guess no matter your age.
Yeah, right.
So that's something we're just, at this point, we're just kind of doing a lot of waiting and seeing, and unfortunately breaking our rules and looking things up.
You want to admit the other rule that we broke?
So
our good advice?
Yeah, so we said not to look up baby items. So that was something that this one did a lot of. And
I was actually good this entire cycle until
we're on
today.
A 4-hour car ride right now, and I always drive us 2 places, and Jill always drives us home from places. I'm not a good nighttime driver, so that's part of how the rule worked out. But when we're going to see my family, I usually drive us there because I'm most familiar with the area, though Jill can get around no problem now. And then when we're going home, she just drives us home typically. In the summer, it's great because I have to work the next day when we come home and she doesn't. So that's also kind of how it all started. But on the way back, it's usually during the day, and I end up always Googling random things and looking up things for us, you know, talking about whatever. So we were watching, we will also listen to YouTube videos while driving. The driver doesn't watch them. I watch them. Or if I'm driving.
I may sneak a glance, but I don't sit and watch it. I
angle it away from her mostly,
yes,
unless there's like something
listen.
she wants to see. But we'll just listen to it because we get tired of like music and all that stuff. So we were watching a Living Rosa video, and we were like, that's a cool high chair. We hate high chairs that are big and bulky. You know, like our nephew has this one that is, you know, when I was cleaning it one time, like a year ago, I was like, I don't want a high chair like this with the fabric, and that's
kind
so
of like
big
old
and
school, like cheaper. You know, they were trying to be more economical with their purchase, and it was just big and clunky and fabric.
served its purpose, but
yeah,
you know, I was like, I want a real minimalist one. I don't want fabric. I don't want one that's huge. And I, you know, we've like commented in the past how just like a lot of high chairs are big and clunky and ugly. So I was like, that's one I really like, a Living Rosa, the one they have.
It's funny because Sam and I had both watched that vlog from Living Rosa separately, I think last week, and Sam just mentioned to me randomly, like, oh, by the way, that high chair that the twins use now and Lennon used before is awesome, and that's totally the type of high chair I would want. And I said, it's so funny because when I watched that vlog, I thought, we need to figure out which high chair that is, because I really like it and I think it would work well for us and what we would want in the future. And so when she mentioned that, I was like, oh my god, I thought the same thing. So we went back and listened to that one again and tried to figure out.
I just kind of fast forwarded through it to see what the brand was, so we found it, and we're gonna remember that for the future.
And
so that
was the Bjorn one, if you're interested.
The baby Bjorn.
The baby Bjorn high chair.
But that was just something that we're like, okay, make a mental note for the future. Not like we're gonna go buy it now, or like we have to register anything, because that's crazy.
Just
we don't have that.
Keep it logged up there.
Not that it's crazy. A lot of people have that, but for us, I'm so superstitious that I just wouldn't want to count my chickens before they hatch. So
so far, no chickens
literally
are hatching. So
so anyway, it's something to keep in mind for us. We were like, oh, cool. I'll try to remember that. So
yeah.
Anyway, we broke a lot of rules on our 4-hour drive home.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're nearing the end of it, so we wanted to break any more rules.
Yeah, no, we've been good. So, in our list of do's, though, we went and saw a movie. We saw Captain Marvel. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was
What
really
else
good.
did we do? We took Hazel to the dog park.
Yep.
And today I actually took her on a walk.
We also went out of town.
We went out of town. We got away for the weekend.
Which helps. We had plans with friends, so, you know,
yeah, of
try
course
to keep busy.
We had plans with friends, but the friends that we are, you know, seeing more often lately have children or are pregnant and continue to ask us, how's it going? How was IVF? Or what are your plans? What are next steps?
We have a select group of friends that we're pretty open with, like more open with than our families, because we don't want to get, like, we saw how devastated our family was when we had a miscarriage, and we told our parents about it, and we don't want to do that to them again. We also don't want the questions every day from our moms about it. So it's just easier if we, you know, kind of try to.
I think my dad is still heartbroken about our miscarriage. Like, he took it even harder than we did. I mean, we were really, really upset, but my dad, like, I was worried about him. He started crying, and
he's not that kind of person. So
yeah,
we just decided we're just going to keep that all, you know, hush-hush with them for now.
They didn't even know that Sam had an IUI last week, because we just don't want to get hopes up. I feel like our hopes are already up enough, and we don't need our families.
I think they're moderate now because we've been through it so much, but I don't want to, mostly really don't want the questions, to be honest. So I just think it's easier, and I also don't want to, like, break their hearts again and again and again.
Yeah.
So, but we have a couple of friends who have gone through a lot of this stuff, and so just a really small group of them. And they're the
just
ones
a
that
few friends, but
we're talking to about it. So they're the ones who ask a lot too.
yeah. So even if they don't know that, like the friend we saw from Texas this weekend, she didn't know that Sam had an IUI, but she does know that we are
the store and I saw this little onesie that I really wanted to get for you guys, but I made myself not because I know we have to wait because there's no baby yet to buy it for. She's like, but I'm really excited. Like, we understand. We do.
It's
We
sweet
are
that
too,
our
but-
friends are excited for us, and we are
Yeah.
excited because, like, I truly believe, like, we're going to have some success, but once again, we need to practice our patience. So, patience.
Less than of the last year
So,
and a half, probably.
we're just gonna have to see if it was implantation bleeding or a new cycle.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. You could be pregnant right now.
I don't know. I think it was probably a new cycle, but we will see. That sun looks really pretty.
It is really pretty. But yeah, so we're headed home. Daisy Days is in the back seat.
Hi,
You got a sweet girl.
She just lounges back there.
She's the best car rider.
She's really awkward with the camera still, so. Anyway, that's about all we have for now.
I think so. Yeah. We'll probably vlog next weekend.
Yeah. And we'll update, we'll give an update with whatever we discover over the next couple of days. And
Yeah.
whatever our doctor says.
So either a cycle starts or we will vlog a live pregnancy test.
Who knows?
Who knows what's up with the Maygans.
Alright, well, thanks for watching. And
Have a good week. Bye.
don't forget to like this video, click subscribe, and comment